So now in this tutorial I will talk about the routing and parameters, which is very important. In the previous video I described how the routing and the navigation works, and you can see that once I click on that it is going to the specific pages, that is the detail page, but it is not showing any information which is appearing here. So that is the reason you have to navigate or routing with a parameter. So let's see how you can do. So first of all, how it work if we just navigate. So basically that is the invoice list page. So once we click, it's going here. How it is going here, it's per the previous video what I mentioned. Like if I go to the controller, invoice list controller, so actually it is navigate to the detail, and the manifest it is capturing the detail and it is targeting to the details view. But what we have to do, as we have to send some parameters, so we also send with some invoice path. So that is invoice path. So now if we refresh, it will not go. Why it will not go? Because now the pattern is not matched, it's not getting the detail page. Okay, so that's the on things. So now another thing is that if we go to the detail view, actually it was showing only the title, but actually we want to add the shipper name here. So where we will add the shipper name, we will add into the like intro, then it will come from the database invoice it's shipper name. So once we click here, it will in the details page it will show the shipper name. So but it also need the controller. Why we need controller? Because it will load the data, and if we add some logic, then we need the controller. So controller name, I'm just taking controller name from another. Okay, so like from this, so detail view here, I'm just pasting to just to get the path, and that page name is detail. Okay, so now it will navigate to the controller, but if we declare here, we also have to create. We'll create in a minute. So now this is done. Now what we have to do, if we go to the invoice list controller, so now as we already changed the pattern, we already know what is the pattern. We put the invoice list, so here also pattern need to change. We also need to additional information here. Now if we like so here we have to put this, and constant item, sorry, this old item is already configured. So in the manifest it is mentioned the invoice path. The same way we have to start with the invoice path, then window dot and quote your. So another thing is that earlier it was blank, but now you have to put the event because it is added for to get source. You have to remember on that. So basically the items, and this is coming from that UI event because that is now on that parameter related. So component, then UI item dot get binding context, then invoice dot get path, then dot sub star on. So now it will handle everything what I selecting and what I not select. Still I don't have that details. So now if we check here, it will say like so the detail controller it cannot load because we didn't create the detail controller. Now we have to create the detail controller here. So now if we go to the controller, that here it will have that detail. Yes, so detail controller is there. Now we have to define here SAP.UI define. We can remove this. We can remove this here. So now let's see what is look like. It's not a good way to check. So now actually if we go to the index.html, let me okay, so now we have to use that basic things, SAP UI core MVC, then controller. So this controller we need to pass here, and now we need to put the return. Return is controller dot extend. Then actually we have to put that here. So this controller dot detail, just name of the controller, here. So here actually still it is not good actually. So here index. So now we have to basically use that. One is init function to show the details, another is the on object match event. Okay, so here we have to, before that we also mention on it function and that on it function we have to put what we see in the details view, and we have to load here constant router this dot get owner component get router, and here router dot get router detail dot match this dot on object match what we just declare here, then this. So now actually that is the, so here this dot get view, then bind element and close this, and here path is window dot component event dot get parameter arguments, then actually invoice path. And next that is model this model is mentioned in the manifest dot it's the invoice. So this is done. So now basically need to fix something here and there. So now here it should be under this, and router get route, actually that is the route, and here actually on object match, it is fine. So now if I refresh this, okay, it is coming here but it is not showing data. So if we press okay, so let's see why it is not showing data. So now it is coming here. So first of all, you can check that once you click, then actually it is coming here or not. Console.log event, like event, just for checking purpose. Just refresh, click here, it is coming here F12. You can see that it's controller, it is everything is showing here, and SID is the pattern match. So M parameters, it's look good. So here you can just, that is also part of the debug, and path is good. And here actually is the, actually it is the model, not the module. So now just go back, refresh, and also select here, then you can see that like that is the shipper name. So if I click here, that is the Fun Inc, and if I select on the milk, then it will show the Acme. So basically that is the way how you can send the parameter. So if I just recap the code, so here basically what I did, we started from the manifest. So I just sent the navigate with the additional path. Earlier it was only details. So this is related with that. If I go to the invoice list controller, so here also it is navigating this and with that additional path, and after that it is loading that it is loading the detail page. So if I go to the details view, so it is also loading the details view, as well as it is also loading the controller, and this controller is mentioned here. So that is the controller. So here actually it's loading data and the model. So that's all. So now actually you can see that if you go here, and there is no option to go back to the previous, you need to go back from here. So in the next tutorial I will show you how you can show the history and go back. So that's all. Thank you.